But anyway, now that we got the Mythos down, let's get into what probably most people wanted to hear, the competitive use. So, our typings. Electric Ice for Black Kyurem. Very effective type, to be honest, since in competitive play we got the Bolt Beam combo. Bolt Beam actually means Ice Beam and Thunderbolt, which, when you think about it, Electric and Ice actually hit a lot of types for either neutral or super effective damage. So it provides a Pokemon a wide array of tools to use against a lot of different enemies. It does suffer from a Stealth Rock weakness thanks to its Ice typing, but with some dedicated Rapid Spinner support, I'm pretty sure you can elevate that issue. All in all, Electric Ice, fantastic offensive combo. For our second typing, we got White Kyurem with Fire Ice. Here is a tremendous weakness to entry hazards. First, we got 4 times weak to rocks, Stealth Rocks, so 50% every time they switch in. Plus, coupled with being susceptible to spikes and toxic spikes, this Pokemon must need Rapid Spin support in order to function. Still, Ice is a pretty potent attacking power, and Fire can complement it to combat opponents with Steel or Ice typing. Heatran still walls this typing cold, unless it has Focus Blast. Probably it will, since it's a special-oriented version, that White Kyurem. But it has some tools, but the typing is definitely subpar compared to Electric Ice. Now, for the move pools. The signature moves. No competitive use. That's my opinion about it. Even though Power Herb can elevate the charge up, you're only going to use it once then. And after that, it's pretty much a wasted move slot. Also, using a Power Herb, this allows you from using Choice Scarves, Life Orbs to grab certain KOs, and that Choice Scarf to outspeed certain Pokemon, or anything else, and I don't think it's worth that. So, in my opinion, for competitive use, I'd leave the signature moves out of it. In terms of additions, here is one of the main griefs I currently have with Kyurem, Zekrom, and Reshiram. All 3 legendaries have a barren move pool. Reshiram has its obligatory Dragon and Fire type move, and Focus Blast. That's it. It can use Hidden Power, but that's way too weak. As you can see, most Reshirams actually use Outrage, Draco Meteor, Flamethrower, and Blue Flare. Something along those lines, or even Focus Blast. But those are 5 moves to pick from, and only 3 types. So, same goes for Zekrom. It only has Dragon, Electric, and if you're feeling really the need for it, you can go with a Dark or Normal type move, but seriously, only 2 types for Zekrom and only 3 types for Reshiram. That's pretty pathetic in terms of move pool coverage. Kyurem is in the same boat in that perspective, since it only has Ice, Dragon, and Focus Blast to work with. Sure, it can run on Hidden Power like the others, but only 70 base power maximum. That's pretty iffy. So, all in all, in order to make Black Kyurem and White Kyurem viable, we're going to need a lot of additions to the move pool. First of all, for a Black Kyurem, we're going to need a better physical ice move, since the best physical ice move we got at the moment is Icicle Crash, which is basically an inferior Ice Beam. And since its signature move is already the charge up one, we're not going to be able to bank on that. So, unless it gets another signature move, which I doubt since it isn't in the Black and White 1 data, Black Kyurem is going to suffer from a horrendous move pool on the physical side. It probably is going to have to rely on Ice Beam and such to put the Ice type to use. Also, when you look at Kyurem's move pool, the only one with actual Ice moves, all of his Ice moves are actually special. So Black Kyurem is not going to get anything from there. So all in all, my fear for Black Kyurem is that it's going to have no to little physical ice moves to work with. compared, and probably even only Fusion Flare, Fusion Bolt, to work off that big physical attack. For White Kyurem, even though we already got plenty of special attackers for legendaries, when you consider White Kyurem, it has even though it's still not the best move pool in the world, it has better options to work with than Black Kyurem, since it already gets Ice Beam and probably the Fusion Flare, so it at least can work a bit. Also, another move that could work greatly for Black Kyurem is maybe Ice Shard. Crushing those 4 times weak dragons with priority would definitely make Black Kyurem a fierce contender with only that low power base move. In short, I think both Pokemon, but Black Kyurem especially, are going to suffer from a very shallow move pool, unless a ton of additions are made. For the stat distribution, Black Kyurem physical, White Kyurem special. Already hinted at in the facts display, but as we all know, all 3 of these legendaries of the Tau trio are very offensive inclined. They got decent HP and okay-ish defenses, but their typings don't really allow them to be defensive, nor does their move pool, to be honest. So seeing how their move pool is already going to be a huge hurdle for them, its only saving grace has got to be its stat distribution. My speculations is Black Kyurem will have elevated attack over Zekrom, while White Kyurem has elevated special attack over Reshiram, since Kyurem itself already has tremendous power, 130 base attack and 130 base special attack. But yeah, in order to make up for a crappy move pool, it's gonna need a lot of figures to back it up. Now, for the base speed, this is pretty much the biggest stats amongst legendary Pokemon, or just competitive play in general. Reshiram and Zekrom both sport 90 base speed. Kyurem, on the other hand, sports 95 base speed. Seeing how this is going to be a fusion of stats, I'm pretty sure it's going to be either between 90 or 95. All in all, if it's going to be an Uber, it'll need 91 or more. Its typings are already very offensive inclined. If it cannot outspeed any of the Uber Pokemon, it will have no place in Ubers. So, if it does not have 91 or more speed, it will fail miserably in that regard, since it has little bulk, bad typings defensively, and then actually no speed to outrun competitors. Kyurem is going to have a very, very bad day. All in all, my hopes, just give it 91 or more base speed, and it will be viable. Else, I don't think it's going to be of any use in the Uber environment. Now for an overlooked bullet point, the ability. Most of the Uber Pokemon usually gets shafted with pressure, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be the same case for Black and White Kyurem, since Kyurem had pressure and both Zekrom and Reshiram had sort of mold breaker type abilities, which are definitely great, but I don't think they're going to come up with an ice variant like Deep Freeze or something. There was talk of actually a snow warning Kyurem, seeing how that would actually allow hail to pierce the Uber's environment, but since it's going to be a fusion of either Zekrom Kyurem or Reshiram Kyurem, I don't think we're going to see that ability, and it's probably going to get the pressure, just the short end of the stick, and slap pressure on it. So that was it all for my rambling at the moment. If anything comes up, I'll let you know. I hope you liked it. And if you'd like to see more of these videos, let me know in the comments below. If you want to see more, feel free to like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next video. FenixFire out.